What's up everybody, welcome to Money Management channel. My name is Andrei and today I'm going to be doing an update on SOFI stock.
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up.
And in today's video, first of all, I will show you where we are on the price chart and how we get there. Then we'll continue with amazing fundamental news that might be an extremely positive catalyst for the long-term perspective for SOFI. And at the end of this video, I will share my thoughts and my technical analysis, and I will show you what should we expect next. So let's start with the price chart. I made my previous video right here, at this point, when this asset had this movement to the downside and had this bounce. And my main assumption was that we should start to accumulate our position at the levels of 0.382, at the price point of $6.7, 0.5 and the golden pocket range. And this was the first movement to the upside that brought us about 7%, 7.5% of potential profit. And at this very point, I've told you that you can put your stop loss on a safer territory above your entry point, and this will lead to some profits anyway, despite any movements of this asset in upcoming days. And on top of that, on a greater scale, I've told you that we still have to see lower price targets because our retracement should have at least a simple zigzag form. And my main assumption was that we might hit somewhere higher to complete the B wave, and then we should have another leg to the downside that will complete the C wave. But instead of this, we had the rollover right at the point when I made my previous video, and we broke this previous swing low. So definitely we are still approaching to next accumulation point, and from the fundamental standpoint we have an amazing news. First of all, let me show you this email and let me quote it for you. We are reaching out regarding an update to your SOFI debit card. On February 28, 2023, the issuing bank of your SOFI debit card will change from the Bancorp Bank NA to SOFI Bank NA. We have updated the debit card agreement and customer agreement to reflect SOFI Bank NA as the issuer of your debit card. You can find an updated version of the debit card agreement here and updated version of the customer agreement here. Here are two links. These changes will take effect on February 28, 2023. So today is the crucial date for SOFI, and this news is very important despite it wasn't published on any social medias or on any official press releases. And why it is so important? So, first of all, let me show you that it is so unusual to see this type of emails that some people even decided that it was a scam made exactly for phishing for some data for potential customers. And on this website you can find that SOFI debit card scam email from no reply at o.sofi.org. But it wasn't a fraud, it wasn't a scam, and let me show you that on February 24th, SOFI support published this tweet. An email update about SOFI debit cards was sent to some people who don't have a debit card. We apologize for the confusion and can confirm this was sent in error. This was not a phishing attempt, and SOFI's systems are secure. So, because of this tweet, they pretty much confirmed that these emails were sent by SOFI, and this means the bigger scale of this news is extremely important. So, why it is so important? First of all, in my opinion, SOFI started to consolidate different services under one roof and under one name. And it is very important for them as the company, as the fintech company, because in general they have quite low customer acquisition cost, and every time when they give to their customers some new services, definitely if they cannot do these services, if they cannot propose these services by themselves, they have to outsource them, and this means they give these fees and this additional profit to other third-party companies. And when they started to consolidate this type of services, definitely it will, in the long-term perspective, it will drastically improve their fundamentals. And I have to say that I found a video from Future Investing channel, And right here, Tanner Manson described this master plan with Tavis. And in my opinion, this video is extremely interesting for those of you who want to know why it is so important for SOFI. On top of that, in my opinion, it is not the only service of debit cards that they started to do by themselves. Because if we take a look on their LinkedIn profile, right here, we can find that 5 days ago they published a new job, and it says Business Operation Manager Credit Card in New York. And let me show you that somewhere here they published another one, Business Operations Manager Credit Card San Francisco. This means they are starting to hire new people in order to switch another product under their name and in order to switch all the fees and all the revenues to SOFI company. And this is very important. So in general, this news, in my opinion, is a real bombshell for SOFI for the long-term perspective, and definitely partially because of this, but partially because of their very good earnings report, we have more and more articles that are quite bullish on SOFI. And let me quote you this. On February 27th on Seeking Alpha, we can find this article that is titled SOFI, I sold my position but I will be back. And the summary is following. SOFI's goal to reach positive GAAP net income later in the second half of this year would represent a watershed moment for the fintech firm. Broader macroeconomic concerns will likely continue to define returns until this point. The current trajectory of revenue growth and SG&A expenses point to enhanced operational gearing and the possibility of achieving positive net income earlier than the current plan. And this article is quite impressive, and I will put all the links on this article in the description below. You can read it by yourself and make your own conclusion and use this article as a part of your due diligence. But we have another one almost the same. Let me quote you the summary of this article. SOFI uses adjusted EBITDA as a profitability metric, a value that Charlie Munger describes as BS earnings. The methodology for computing cash flow is laid out, highlighting why SOFI uses adjusted EBITDA. SOFI is cash flow positive and will easily cover their debt obligations. I expect GAAP profitability by Q3 2023 and lay out a model of EPS growth through 2026. This is a high volatility stock, but I find it a low risk investment. And this is another opinion that is also quite bullish. And we have plenty of these type of articles. So, and let's continue with the technical analysis, but before we dive deep right here, please subscribe to my channel, hit notification bell and hit the like button. This helps me a lot. So guys, what should we expect next? Let's zoom out a little bit and let's switch, for example, to 4 hours time frame. And we can see that this movement to the upside has completed 5-wave structure, and with the breakout below the bottom of the 4th wave with this small tip, we confirmed this movement to the upside because we cannot have the retracement of the wave below the initial bottom of the wave. And this means this movement is pretty much confirmed, and this means we have to rely on this retracement as the potential range of accumulation to the long-term holders of this asset. And what should you do if you want to accumulate your position? Definitely, as usual, the ranges where you can accumulate is 0.5 and 0.618, because previously we have already covered this level, and right now some of you exited this position if you are a short-term trader, or your first entry point was at this point and you are on your path to accumulate even more. So, and this means depending on the entry point and depending on your average price, our price target might be, let me first of all show you that we should break the $8.23 mark, and definitely we should break this previous swing high at $8.5 mark. In this case, we will confirm the breakout above this previous swing high, and it implies, depending on the entry point, it implies up to 28% or even 32% of potential profit in a medium-term perspective. And in my opinion, it is a very good upside potential with the low risks, because right now SOFI is still at extremely low levels, and with the current news, definitely they drastically improved their fundamentals, and this means the upside potential for this asset is much higher than the downside. So I think from the technical standpoint, that's it for now. If you like my video, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel with notification bell, and see you guys and girls next time. Bye!
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gone live it up on the